We are recording now. What's up, everybody? My name is Juwan Rohan, and this is the Misguided Podcast, where we intend to guide you to a better future. I'm sitting here with the Downing brothers. We got Anton and Anthony over here. What's up, guys?
What's happening? What's happening?
Oh, man, chilling. Just for the audience, let's go ahead and point out which one is which.
No doubt. My name is Anthony.
My name is Anton, and we are the Downing brothers.
Perfect, man. How's everything going, man? You know, we stepping into a new year. It already started off really rocky. But how are you guys doing?
Personally, we're doing very well, even though, I mean, we see what's happening on the news and things of that nature. And but we've been very fortunate. Our family's been very fortunate. We haven't been touched by COVID personally.
Yeah. Except in the regard that we were one of the first people to be asked to take the vaccine.
Yeah.
Because we're firefighters in addition to being real estate investors, TV hosts, podcast hosts, all that stuff. Right.
Yeah. True. So you already took it?
And we didn't turn into frogs.
Yeah. Did you take the second dose?
Yeah, I took the second dose on Monday.
Yeah, and I take the second dose next week. So
yeah, my fiance, she works in the hospital. She takes the second dose next week as well. So yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, she not acting weird or anything. I mean, she's still annoying, but I'm just saying. But yeah. Nah, I'll probably get shit after this podcast, but it's all right. Let's go ahead and talk about who you guys are. So you said you're firefighters, you're real estate investors. Let's talk about how you got into firefighting, because that's super interesting. And you know, you don't really see firefighters on TV all the time doing other stuff that's not firefighting. So
True.
Yeah.
So our firefighter journey started in 2006. I took the Chicago Fire Department exam in 2006 for like 17,000 other people. And I happened to be in the fourth class that was selected from that list and joined. But it took a while too, because I didn't get the call until 2009, March of 2009. But once I didn't even really know that much about the fire department. But the great thing about the fire department is, especially in the Chicagoland area or Chicago, we get great salaries, but our schedule is even better.
Right.
The time freedom to be able to have two careers, right? To have the stable every 2 week income that allows us, because of our W-2, to be able to get financing for properties with a FHA loan or conventional financing or whatever.
Yep.
In the schedule, the time, because time is what we all are in this game for, right? We want
look in our area. Well, every 2 weeks we get 5 days off.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So yeah, you risking your life, and both of us, worked in districts that had heavy car accidents. We would get in action. It wasn't just sitting on the lazy boy.
Right.
Yeah.
So we do all of it. And
you guys are in different districts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Where are you guys at?
I'm with the Chicago Fire Department.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with the Dalton Fire Department, which is a town that physically touches Chicago on the south side.
Yeah, the South Border.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. So, but that freedom, because I know all of us, people who are watching this podcast right now, you are trying to become financially free, because that means you become time free and you get to do what you want with your time. And the fire department has allowed us to have such a flexible schedule that both, we can be at a work site for a renovation, or we can be at an event or a program, or or doing a podcast like we're doing right now. It's like we have the time to do multiple things, and that's what is this is why we're trying to become financially free, so we can be time.
No, that's you hit the coffin in the nail, man, right now, or the nail in the coffin, however that phrase goes. But right now, as I'm trying to look for a job right now to get that W-2 to start investing, that's the number one thing I'm looking for, is kind of like the freedom. Like, I don't want to be in this one space for 12 hours I don't want to be forced here for 12 hours, 5 days a week, and then have to go home and not see my son before he goes to bed, or not have time to do outside stuff and invest like that. So that's super cool that you guys have the schedule. Even though you're there probably 12-hour shifts or something, you still have 5 days off until your next shift. That's cool. It's balance. It's about work balance, life balance. So
yeah, and we've learned to make it work, because I mean, our schedule is crazy. Like the Downing brothers are never off, really.
Yeah, sure.
24 hours at the firehouse, but then we'll leave from the firehouse and then we'll go, like I said, we'll go check on our properties. You know, we got to maintenance on the apartment buildings that we own. So we want to check to make sure that the work is being done correctly. Or we're going to go check out new properties that we might want to work on. Or we're doing consulting, you know, we're filming right now, you know, filming. So the season's about to start. For us to start filming another show, so you guys will be seeing that soon.
There you go.
So it's that time freedom that allows us to be in multiple places and educate ourselves. Because you know it takes time to educate yourself, right? You want to listen to podcasts, you want to read books, you want to meet people who actually have done what you're trying to do. Those all require time, and you need the freedom to do it.
And I will tell you, once we got used to COVID and whatnot, we started taking like our podcast, Homecoming with the Downing Brothers, to different cities and doing 5 episodes in Houston.
Oh, wow.
Like moving around the country.
That's super dope. I like that, man. I like that.
We had the freedom to move where other people may not necessarily have the freedom to move. And I know some people are also scared too because of COVID and stuff like that, but
Nice. So let's go ahead and talk about why owning is so important. Like what strikes you about owning property?
I mean, for me, it's the legacy piece. Knowing like our parents owned the house that we grew up in. Both of our grandparents on both sides were homeowners, and it's a natural part of what it means to be a Downing. Yeah, at least for our family.
Okay,
right. And I think it's important too, because like, you know, I think if you read enough books or listen to enough podcasts, the question always comes up is why? Why are you doing what you're doing? And I think if you kind of know your why, then when things get difficult, because there are days when I just don't want to do anything, but then I go back to why I'm doing what I'm doing. And we're doing it for our last name. We're doing it for children we don't even have yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's that why we're doing it that keeps us working, keeps us moving and shaking and doing what we got to do. But then also as far as home ownership, there's a pride that comes from that, because you know what you're capable of doing. You don't come into the world, or most people don't come into the world owning anything. And even when you come into the world, your parents own something, you don't own it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Your family members may own something, but you don't own it. There's a difference between, even like when people, you know, I think about like when people talk about their jobs and they'll say that we have acquired X, Y, and Z. No, the company acquired X, Y, and Z. What do you personally have that is yours, that you can control, and that asset is making money for you personally? And so it's a difference. Once you own something, you know the difference in that language and that conversation. You feel the difference. Your bank account sees the difference.
I feel like there's two there's two main reasons why a lot of people don't buy property or don't own any property. One of them is just ignorance of how to do it, right? How to find a lender, how to get a realtor, even knowing what a home inspector is to make sure that the property is what you think it is. But I think that the other piece is like just the legacy piece that I spoke on a few minutes ago. Like you can't have what you've never seen. And that's why with our podcast, we're bringing on people to show people who have never seen it in their own families, see what it looks like, so they can even want to have that.
Yeah. No, that dropping bombs over here, man. Yes.
So it's two things: access and awareness. Or actually, it's awareness first, right? You're aware
that something
exists. We had There's Turo, like you mentioned before, Airbnb, flipping pallets, merchandise or whatever.
Right.
Like an awareness that these opportunities to build assets and have cash flow.
Right.
Are you aware of it? And then do you have access to it once you become aware of it? So awareness and access, and that's what we really want people to know. Become aware of things, and then go get it.
That's gonna be the title of the episode. Good job, man.
I feel that.
Yeah, I like it. Cool. So I read a little bit about you guys. In your TV show, but you guys were flipping a house and putting a family in there, and your goal was to teach them financial literacy. Is this correct? Yeah.
Right. I mean, it is what we want to do with this representation that we have. Like, representation matters. So the fact that people see us on TV, on social media, acquiring properties, and then also doing it, I guess we consider ourselves compassionate capitalists because we want other people to be able to do what we're doing too. We want to build community. We want inclusiveness. We don't want to be like, nah, we got money and you don't.
Yeah.
We want everyone who has the mentality to go get it, to be able to go get it.
Cool. So what are some steps that are like, what are some things that you guys are teaching, and how are you teaching those people financial literacy? So is it through your podcast? Is it actually going out there and speaking, like having speaking engagements? What let's go into the nitty gritty details about that.
That's a good question. And I'm going to say all of the above, and let's list them. Because after we had our pilot double down on HGTV, there was this big lull as we were waiting to see if the show was going to go to series. And that's when Anthony was like, man, we should have a podcast. And a lot of the different people who are interviewing us, whether it's on NBC or ABC or whatever channel we were on, or whatever radio, have them come to us and answer our questions for everyone around to hear. And that's where the podcast came in.
Right. So there's several ways we do this. So the podcast is the first thing. We have a website, and people can go to our website and then you'll see the podcast. But then we also have an e-course. The e-course is a series of videos where we actually take people to our properties in the video and show them how to evaluate, what to look for, like literally at our property. And then, and then also take people through our book. We wrote a book, right? A visual strategy guide to real estate. And we want people to look at the book. When we made it easy with this book right here, we made it
that's super dope.
To go through the book, and you go through the book, it takes you step by step.
Like the first half,
step by step.
The first half shows basically an origin story of who we are and how we came to be the Downing brothers that you see on TV. But the second half of the book shows that the visual guide to how to acquire properties and renovate properties.
I need one of those. I gotta teach my son and my young.
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can get it on Kindle or you can get a physical copy.
Either way.
But the one thing I was gonna say, the very end of it has a glossary of all the real estate definitions that may go over a person's head when they're watching videos like the one we're on right now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You guys are smart, man. I love what you're doing. That's all stuff I want to do in the next few years. Is I've been right now thinking about creating a book of my own and stuff. Mike, he already has a book out about his tarot stuff, like kind of a step-by-step guide of starting tarot. So he only sells it for, I believe it was like $4. So super affordable. He's just trying to get it out there because, like you said in the beginning, Anthony, is I don't know, you said compassionate capitalism or capitalist, right? It's like, we want to be rich. We want to set this empire up for our families, but we also want to show you how to do it. And so, I mean, that's super relatable. And I appreciate you guys for being honest about that. Let's go ahead and talk about what mistakes beginners usually make when buying a home. It could be buying a home for themselves or buying a home for investment properties.
I think, so we're not even talking about renovation yet, right? You just want to talk about just buying.
I'd walk into a house. I'm thinking about buying, or even looking. It could be in any process of the home buying. What are some mistakes?
Well, okay. I think the first mistake that people make when they think about buying a home is that they do it. Math should be the first thing you think of. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
How much does the property cost? You know, what is the purpose of this property? Am I doing it for equity because I'm going to buy it now in hopes that 10, 20 years from now, it's going to be worth more money and I'll make a profit when I sell it a decade or two from now? Am I buying the property, a multi-unit property, so that for cash flow? Because if you look at it from a mathematical standpoint, and you're looking at this like this is a business, and I'm doing this so that I can make money every month, and eventually when I sell this property at whatever point, you know, I can make an equity play and actually make a profit on the sale of this, you know, of this property I'm looking at. So, like, are they looking at it from a numbers and business standpoint, or are they just captured in, I love this neighborhood, and, it's next to school, and I like the paint, and I like the countertop colors and the cabinets and stuff like that. So it's just like, you know, why you got to ask yourself, why are you doing this? And stick to the reason that you're buying this property, and don't get sucked into falling in love with the aesthetics of the property.
True, because that could always change. That always changes.
And I would like to add too, man, like getting caught up in the whole, I'm going to live in my property for the American dream. And I often look like we have a couple of 3 units and we have a 4-unit building. I look at them as a $1,200 unit. $1,250 unit, $950 unit, you know, the garden unit. I look at it mathematically, right? Do I need to live there? Nah, I can go find another place to live and still be rent free. That's about $1,200, just like the unit in the building. But they don't have access to me every day. They're gonna have to deal with a property manager, or at least, you know, email me and I'll get back to you in 48 hours. Because if you live in the building, they're gonna knock on your door every day.
True. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Do you guys live together, and like, are you guys house hacking? I mean, obviously you heard of the term house hacking.
Nah, we're far beyond that now.
Okay.
We don't live that.
Okay, cool. What were you gonna say though, Anthony? If you remember.
I guess really just still comes back down to business. Like, you gotta, why are you buying this property? And I think it's also about where people are in their lives. If you're single or you're a couple that doesn't have children yet, really they should be looking at, let me use an FHA loan, 3.5% down with historic low interest rates, because you can get an interest rate right now for 2.7, 2.9. You know, the lowest interest rates ever. But do you have a strategy? And I know there's somebody watching this right now that's in a relationship. So let's talk about people in relationships, right? Because you mentioned you're in a relationship. Right. So I'm like, if you both have jobs, you both have income, and you can both walk into a bank or a mortgage company, a lender, and she gets approved for $300,000 to buy a multi-unit, to buy a three apartment building, 3 units, right? And you get the same thing, $300,000. You can get a triplex, right? You both can buy the same thing. You both have about the same amount of money. It's better to both do this and have 6 units than for you to say, "Oh, let's go get a dream house together that doesn't earn you any money."
Now
you both have these properties. You both have your job still. So now you have 4 incomes. You have your income from your job, and you have your income from your property. Both of you, that's 4 incomes. Now, if you want to get off at the very next stop, you can go get the dream home based on your 4 incomes. Or you can skip the next stop, refinance both of those properties, and then buy another multi. Now you both have 2 buildings. Now you got 4 buildings. Let's say you got 12 units. You got 12 units between the 2 of you. You hold on to those properties for another year and a half until it makes sense to refinance based on the economy and what's going on. Then go get a dream home together. But now you're doing it on 6 incomes. 4 different properties.
Now it could really be a dream house now right there.
And if you could tell the person you're in a relationship with that let's work hard for the next 2 years, 2 or 3 years, so that we can be financially free and actually buy the home in the neighborhood with the school district and that has the park district you like and so on, whatever it is that you really care about. If you work hard together, based on making this a business and using numbers to guide your decisions, you will be free in the next 2 or 3 years.
And
preach.
This is using FHA loans and then getting out of those FHA loans through a refinance and going back. FHA allows for this. And it also allows for you to buy a home for you all to live in together. If those are investment properties, which they are, right? And it's important to refinance out of multi-unit properties into LLCs just for legal liabilities, things of that nature. So, do you have a plan? Have you listened? Have you read enough books, listened to enough podcasts, written down the plan that works for you in your personal life? And if you're in a relationship with somebody you're serious about, are they on board with the plan? Because you don't want to get married, right? It's like girlfriend, engaged, now you're getting married, right? But write down your actual plan so that you both have the same values. Confirm that you have the same moral values, the same financial values, spiritual values, right? Like you want it, but you can't guess or assume because you're so in love with somebody to not have real conversations about what the plan is. And I think as men too, so it really is on you to have your own life together so that she can respect the fact that you have a plan. And, women talk about this all the time, how they want consistency. They want a man who's a leader and who's got his life together. Right. This is all just natural things, but you got to be proactive about it.
Very true. Very true. And being proactive means educating yourself first, and you can't just educate yourself forever. You have to take that first step. And that's where a lot of people, it gets stuck, is that paralysis analysis. We talk about it all the time. Educate yourself, take that first step, and keep learning, because you can never know too much. Something that really sticks with me though all the time is it really is sometimes who you know, or being in the right position that you get these opportunities. You know what I mean? You can know a lot of things, but sometimes it's networking. Networking has gone a long way for me, and I'm super good at it. And so
you got us here.
Bro, literally like networking. I think I've gotten some like rappers on like episode 5, and I'm like, how? Like, like big names from bigger pockets. Like, I just don't understand. But networking goes a long way. So I appreciate you guys dropping knowledge on that. Let's talk about what was your hardest property that you guys flipped, and why was it so hard? Was it permits? Was it the goddamn building came down? What happened?
Dude, it's easy. We always go back.
You went straight to the heart of it with the permits, man.
Actually, it wasn't the permit. It was like we got the permit. It was the inspection, right? Trying to get past an inspection on a 3-story porch that we were building.
Porch? A 3-story?
3-story porch. So we had it was a 3 flat vertical, right?
3 family.
Got you.
Right. So the porch went to each unit vertical.
Okay. Yep.
So we had the one that was there was very old, so we had to demo the entire porch and then build a new one. So we had gotten through the majority of the renovation on the inside, on the interior. This is a gut rehab, so
I'll never forget this.
So we had got past the majority of the interior, and so we kind of like quote unquote saved the best for last, right? So we was gonna go do this porch last. And
we knew the porch was supposed to be $13,000. And some of the guys on the inside that were closing up the walls, they were like, "Oh yeah, we can do the porch for you. We can do it for like $7,000." And I was like, "Oh really? Well, I like what you did in here. Let's do it."
Yeah.
And anytime you take a shortcut, or anytime something is half off. If you see a clearance sale on something, believe me, there's something wrong with it. Do not take shortcuts. And one of the biggest mistakes in this particular scenario is just because someone can do a kitchen for you, right? Just because they can lay some hardwood floors for you does not mean that they can build a porch for you. So you can't just assume that you got to say, okay, where have you built porches before? Can I go see a porch being built right now? See with your own eyes, because you can't even rely on Instagram or pictures, because it could be somebody else's porch that they show you pictures of.
Very true.
And so, and another thing too is there are companies that all they do For instance, when we got that $13,000 quote, it was from a company that only does porches. They specialize in porches, and they said it was $13,000. So for us to be naive enough to think that someone can do it for half, right, was the first mistake, was the rookie mistake.
Yeah.
And it's so I guess when it comes to renovations, you want people who are experts at what they do. You don't hire a carpenter to do plumbing.
Yeah.
Right? You don't hire a plumber to do electrical. Like, you want people who they are experts in their fields. So when it comes to building porches, exterior porches, or roofs for that matter, you want people who specialize in the thing that you are trying to get done, because they showed us that they knew how to build a porch, but they didn't build it to the city of Chicago's permit standard. Right. That was the problem.
Did they build it and then you got the inspection and they were like, nah, this is not up to date?
They was like, wait, this didn't follow the architectural plans. They were supposed to bring this down 3 more inches. They were supposed to do this. It was flagged for like 10 different things.
Because a baby is not supposed to be able to crawl under the rail, the rail between the rail
or between rails, right? Damn. So it was all, and it was just like all kind of like, this is slightly off and that's slightly off and this is slightly off. Mm-hmm. And then after that first inspection, we had already paid the $7,000. We thought we had a finished porch that was made to the city of Chicago code. Yeah. And now we had to go back and fix all these different things.
All the railings that was short, which was like every third one.
And so then we give these guys a chance to fix all the things that have been flagged. We're like, oh, well, you guys need to fix all these things that need to be flagged. So they came back and said they fixed everything that need to be flagged. We watched them work or whatever, and then failed the second inspection, failed the third inspection, right? Until we finally said, nope, we got to
do it ourselves.
We got to do it. Well, things that we could do ourselves, we did ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we eventually got a professional to come in and say, look, we're about to give up. Please save us from ourselves.
Do you guys do some of the contracting? Like, because I see you on TV taking a hammer to a wall. I mean,
we do all of we're labor. Like we come in, we do the demo. Yeah, we come in. In fact, like with that porch, we came in and we unscrewed and we screwed it back and measured it and put it back together. We painted the entire hallways and stuff.
Yeah, hallway going up to 3 flights.
Once that happened, we were like, oh, how are we going to save money elsewhere? Well, okay, we're not going to give $2,000 to these painters. We're going to paint the thing ourselves. It was different things that we had. We do what we have to do. We don't have to even do that anymore, though. I mean,
you
this
good.
This is 4 years ago.
Look, dude, like and we were talking to you off screen about proud failures. Yeah, it's being proud of how you overcame it. And it's okay to fail at things sometimes, because even where we're at right now, we still remember freshly that time we messed up.
Yeah. And when I asked you, you could see your face. It hit a nerve.
It always hits a nerve. So I don't care what project we're working on. I guess one of my biggest thing is, drive to your whatever contractor you're about to hire. Yeah. You ask them where are they currently working on a project.
Oh, smart.
You go there and see it for yourself. Don't hire anybody who you can't see the work being done, and not the finished product. You want to see them working in the middle of a project where the walls are still exposed, where whatever is being built is in process of being built. One, because you want to see how many people do they have on site working for them. Is it one guy there working, or is it 5 guys there working? Mm-hmm. Right? Because if you only got one guy, that project's gonna take you 9 months.
Yeah,
you got 5 guys working. Okay, this might actually be a 3 or 4 month project or whatever. Yeah, that's one thing. Then, do they have more than one project going at a time? Because the better contractors are always working, and usually they've accumulated enough money to be able to pay enough laborers to have more than one project going at a time.
That's called knowing the capacity of the general contractor.
Yeah. So what's their capacity? So you want to know what their actual capital is, money, right? And what their human capital is, their human resources, how many people they have working. Because you don't want to be with these guys who can barely finish one project and they're robbing Peter to pay Paul in order to do your project. because then they'll be doing the same thing to you as they go try to acquire another project.
Yeah. I've always heard too, it was great to get 3 quotes. Anytime you need something, always get 3 quotes.
Yes.
Always get 3 quotes. And I'm glad you brought that up. You get 3 quotes, then you say, where are you currently working on projects? How many projects do you currently have right now? And when they tell you they have 1, 2, 3 projects going, you spend a day driving to physically go meet them at the project so you can see them in their various stages.
Right.
And you do that for all 3 of them. And you don't be so, a lot of us are microwave, right? This generation we're in.
Let's hurry up. Yeah.
No, this is not something you hurry up through.
Yeah.
This is something that you're doing for the long term, for the long play.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go to all 3 of those contractors, look at all of the projects they currently are doing, then look at the numbers they've drawn up for you on their scope of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then make a decision based on what you've seen at their current projects and what you see in these numbers, and then make a decision on which one you want to hire.
Very true. No, yeah, 100% right. 100% right.
You don't hear people saying this, but this is what you got to do. You got to go. You got to take days and go out there and go and drive all over the city if you have to go look at people's projects while they're working on them.
Yeah, you don't hear people saying this because I feel like you just said, it's the microwave. This generation, they just want things right now. It's instant gratification. That's why social media is so damn popular right now. It's because we get a feeling from when things happen so quickly, and I fall victim to it too. So I have to sometimes slow down and really drive to those properties, or take my time when I'm doing something, because it's gonna cost you more money in the long run if you don't do it right the first time. So,
let's say that when we growing up.
Real talk.
He used to always say, "Do it right and do it right the first time."
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And I would say this too. Real numbers matter. We can Google real numbers.
Yeah.
Whoever's listening to this right now, Google framing a bathroom, for instance. It's going to say somewhere between $4 and $6 a square foot to frame the bathroom. And then you can look up electrical, and there's going to be $1 like that for the square footage of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are numbers that you come up with so that when you get a scope of work,
you kind of know
an estimate for the whole project.
You kind of know.
Yeah, you'll have a ballpark figure of how much each of those lines is supposed to be.
Yeah, and learn to measure. Buy a measuring tape, and with the power of YouTube, learn how to measure a room.
Yeah.
Then you'll know how many sheets of drywall you'll need for something. And the thing is, this isn't because I want anybody to go out and become a general contractor. This is just so you can know whether somebody's telling you the truth or not. Because the point of everything you're doing, if you treat it like a business, is to be able to scale to the point where you have excellent contractors working for you, and you now can sit back and just manage different things from home. But you also know who's telling the truth, and then you'll develop relationships,
and they'll respect you.
They'll respect you.
Very true. Very true.
And they know they can't take advantage of you because you know what you're doing. You have an idea, and then if they know that you're getting to the second project and the third project, they're going to want to do right by you so that they can keep on working with you.
Yeah. No. True. Yeah. Well, I hope the audience is taking notes, man. This episode has already been so much knowledge. So crazy, man. I'm over here taking notes.
Take a flash replay. Hey, rewind.
True. That's facts. Now let's go ahead and move on. So you said you've been a firefighter since 2006, right?
2009.
9. Sorry. So Oh, got you. So, and then you started investing in real estate when? What year?
Bought a first property in 2007.
Oh shit! Right before the crash. Damn.
That was
crash before the fire department.
Yeah, that was a disaster though. I bought the property a year later. It was worth. It was
half. Yeah. Okay.
It was worth half. But let me tell you this. I want the audience to know this. Right. The economy is always changing.
Yeah.
And recessions happen every decade or so. This is a fact. Google it. Recessions happen almost every 8 to 10 years.
Yep.
So when you're buying properties, that's why you kind of need to know why you're buying a property. If you're buying a property for cash flow, a recession won't affect you because the rents are coming in, you're making your money. Plus you can do Section 8, guarantee money from the government. I recommend one thing we learned from COVID, half your portfolio should be guaranteed money coming in from the government. through Section 8 or HUD VASH, which is with veterans assistance, rental assistance.
Okay.
So if regardless of economy, if you're buying properties for cash flow, you should be able to weather the storm. If you're doing it simply as an equity play, I'm going to buy a condo, buy a house, and I'm going to hope that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I can sell it for a profit. You need to know that if you do end up in a situation where your property isn't worth anything, like I was back in 2008, that you can still get out of the situation. I ended up doing a short sale of that very first property. But before I did the short sale, I said, is there a way for me to do this where I can buy another property before I ruin my credit? Because we know with a foreclosure, your credit is ruined for 7 years. It doesn't fall off of your credit report for 7 years, and your credit score is going to stay below 600. If you do a short sale, your credit is ruined for 2 years. So a short sale is better than a foreclosure. But for 2 years, you're not going to be able to buy another property or buy another car. It just won't happen until it falls off your report.
The short sale is when you negotiate with the bank to sell the property at less than whatever your mortgage is for that property.
Right? So you have to come up with the difference, though, right?
No, you don't. No, they're agreeing to allow you to sell it for less than you owe on it. But that's the reason why for 2 years you're not going to be able to buy another property.
Oh, damn.
Right, your credit is going to go below 600, and you're not going to qualify for a home loan or auto loan or any major loan. So I knew for 2 years, once I pulled the plug on this, for 2 years I wasn't going to be able to make any moves.
Yeah,
and I found that to be unacceptable. I said there has to be a way for me to do something before my credit is ruined. Because I was watching the news. You watch CNN every day, and there's millions of Americans going into foreclosure. And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to be a statistic. Google, YouTube, real estate professionals. Yeah. If you do enough, if you read enough, you'll find a way out. And what did I discover? I discovered a finance product called a 203K renovation loan. It's an FHA loan.
Love it.
That allows you to buy a property and renovate the property, and it's all rolled into one loan.
Yep.
And when I found out about it, I found out that there was only about 7 or 8 banks in the Chicagoland area that actually had the 203K. And when I called, I said, you know what? It's free to make a phone call. So I called a couple of those banks and had an interview, set up a time for me to come in and talk. And then I found out that I could buy a single family home because I was in a condo. I can write a letter saying that I'm going into a better neighborhood per capita, right? Financially per capita. The neighborhood was a higher income neighborhood. It was higher square footage because now I'm going from a 1,200 square foot condo to a 3,000 square foot single family home.
Yep.
And I was using this product to be able to renovate that property. And I had to write this little letter or whatever. And they said that I could do that. Meanwhile, I'm still paying every mortgage payment. So my credit score is up over 700. So now I got good credit and I got an opportunity to buy another property, FHA. So I'll have 2 FHA loans at the same time because of this loophole. So I bought the next property, did the renovation, which was our first journey into renovation. Beautiful property, gray stone, beautiful in Bronzeville, historic South Side neighborhood of Chicago. After I bought that property, I also found out another thing. You know how if you start seeing things over and over again, there's something to it.
Yeah.
So I knew it was 2 years. I knew it was 2 years that my credit was going to be down. But I also found out that if you own a property for 2 years as your primary residence, you don't have to pay any capital gains tax on it. There's no taxes on the profit of selling that primary residence. 2 years, 2 years. Wait a minute. I buy this second property, I buy this second property, sit on it for 2 years while my credit is ruined for 2 years. Soon as that falls off, I can sell this property tax-free and my credit is going to zoom back up. And now I'll be in position to buy more property.
Yeah.
Two.
That's
all
crazy.
Those twos.
Yeah.
I like that plan.
And I spent hours listening to podcasts and reading books till I got to the point where I was able to pick up on different information and what is that? And not be lazy when you hear something you don't understand, it's not Google the definition of that. Okay, now let's find an article about that. Oh, now let's find a podcast about that. Right? Yeah. I want to know how many of these listeners, how many of you all out there listening to this conversation are really dogs about this? How thirsty are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you really trying to improve your life? Are you trying to change your lane? Are you trying to be the first in your family to do something that's never been done? Are you thirsty?
and I'm watching with binoculars way from the sideline, like I ain't buy nothing yet. I'm feeling like, damn, man, one day when I grow up, I'm gonna own property.
When I grow up.
But I didn't buy nothing during the recession. I was so happy. I was like, thank God I'm not having to go through this.
Yeah.
And that's why my first property was a 3-unit building. I wanted the rest to cover the mortgage, even if I lose my job.
Yeah. Security.
And on top of that, before he bought that property, now he's helping me get through this renovation of this property, right? So we come in there and we new bathrooms, new floor, new front staircase, new port, exterior port. Like we did all types of stuff that we had never done before. We had a general contractor. We got the 203K consultant to make sure that our contract is doing the right thing. The budget is being used. That was a great renovation. It went on time. It was like a 90-day renovation, a little bit over 90 days, but it was, everything went right. Everything went right. And I sat on that property for actually 3 years because I enjoyed being there so much and threw so many parties.
We do a lot of parties.
Right. So had the time of my life, sold the property, walked away with a check for $77,000 plus tax free.
Yeah, tax free.
I know your mind's spinning right now because I think you already think about how you can do $77,000.
Yeah.
Which then turned into several more properties.
I was just about to say I'm buying hella properties. That money.
So that's dreaming, that's planning, that's listening to podcasts and reading books and asking questions and going to real estate professionals. That it's all this work that prepared for the jump. Then made the leap into it.
That's when you execute.
Now we're doing these renovations. We're meeting all these different real estate professionals for, the consultant, the general contractor. When I'm not there for 24 hours at the firehouse, my twin brother shows up. So someone's always holding them accountable. They always know one of us is going to be there asking questions. We ain't telling them that plans. I'm just showing up. He giving me briefings on what I should be looking for, what he talked about the day before. Yeah, they said they was gonna finish that.
Yeah, I like that double teaming, man. I need me a twin brother.
Double teaming, but I mean, you said you got business partners. You said you got a couple guys that you work with. With the different projects you're working on. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. You can't be somewhere. You call up your business partner. They show up, holding people accountable, making sure that everything is on clockwork.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Right? Very true. Very true.
Yeah. I mean, I know we just threw a whole lot at everybody, and stuff like that, but
it's like this is a class. Y'all just gave a course in the episode. We ain't even had 40 minutes. Man, how long do y'all plan on being firefighters? Because it seems like y'all doing really well with this real estate stuff. It seems like that's where your passion is. I know you're passionate about firefighting, but it's a W-2. So and it kind of, you do have freedom, but it takes away a little bit of your freedom, right? So how long do you guys plan on being firefighters?
Be honest, man, COVID has really changed our timeline because we were thinking about pulling the plug in the next year or two, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
But COVID taught us, one, we like everybody else, we're not gonna sit up here and say we had a magic ball and we knew how to navigate COVID or whatever.
Right.
But dude, people lose their jobs. If your portfolio is heavy with people who have good jobs, but they lose them and now they can't pay their rent. Now you got nothing coming in.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, if you end up having 10 apartments, 20 apartments, like you just keep on growing this portfolio or houses, however you decide to go about it. If you don't have government-backed income, rent coming in, then that W-2, that job ends up being the safety net that you need, even though we're all working to get to be free and not have any quote unquote jobs.
Now, if our TV shows, if any one of them, goes beyond the second season and that looks like where our next part of our journey is going to be, then I'm like, okay, time to let go of the fire department.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, acquiring more, apartment buildings and, developing houses and all of that stuff is it's the middle thing that's gluing it all together.
Yeah. Plus, we're not hurt.
No.
You know, I'm not exhausted yet.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're not doing so much that I'm at the fire department job. Like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like, like I want all the money.
Yeah,
you
no,
understand?
That's how I am. That's why, like, I got let go from my job in August, and I'm like, man, I want to go back to a W-2. At first, I was like, you know, I could just do the entrepreneur thing, but like, I want to go back because I want that extra income that I could just throw at houses. You feel me? I'm getting a check now. I got to pay my house here. You know, California is not fucking cheap. Taxes here are ridiculous. Like, I got 2 LLCs and I pay so much for the LLCs a year, and it's like I'm trying to build, you know what I mean? So I want to go back to working. Like you said, it is for the security, but it's also, I think, more motivation to kind of where you can put your money, the things you can do, having multiple streams of income. So it
comes down to cash flow at the end of the day. Look, the answer to when to give up a job is a real personal one, and it really still to me comes down to cash flow and how reliable your cash flow is. Because you know, you could be, for instance, like you could be selling shirts and making, you know, $10,000 a month, but then for some reason something breaks out and nobody wants to buy shirts anymore, so now you're not making $10,000 a month.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying, like, can you get into an industry that has government-backed money?
Yep.
Right. Whatever you're doing is if the government is going to continue to send you money, even in a pandemic, then you can feel like, oh, I can leave a job. But if your industry is dependent on a healthy economy, you know, in the free market space, then, but you got a great job. We got great jobs. We make 6 figures.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so pandemic came, we were never losing our jobs.
Nah, bandemic. You got bandemic.
Bandemic. Yeah, right. I like that.
Right. So you know, it's a real personal thing, but is that cash flow secured? Mm-hmm. Equity goes away in a heartbeat. A recession talk. So we learned 2 lessons in our journeys.
True.
Our first lesson was the recession lesson. Right? The recession lesson about equity. It's better for you to have cash flow than to have equity.
And I mean, we've seen both sides of it too. You know, like right now, I'm in the process of taking a couple of our properties and putting it in the LLC, and I'm doing a cash out refinance, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing that one of my buildings is worth $75,000 more than it was 7 years ago.
Yep.
And then the other one, same thing happened, because I'm like at a high point. We talk about a recession, but I'm at a higher point, even with this turmoil that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm pulling that money out to go buy another building.
Go buy another one. Yeah.
And still cash flow in both of those properties where our tenants fully occupied.
Thanks.
So
you guys
these?
So I was gonna say, because you guys are only in Chicago. You're only investing in Chicago, right?
For right now, but we're about to go outside of Chicago. Well, actually, we are outside of Chicago. We got property in the Bahamas too.
Oh, okay. Damn. That's cool. Do people come?
Yeah, that's inherited.
Do people come to you and are like, do you just have like investors coming to you to partner with you, or like, is it just you two, or do you partner with anybody? Like, how is that?
It's always been just us two, but we now have people on deck right now. We have several
to do joint ventures.
People on deck to do joint ventures for these things that we got coming up, because we got some big. You'll see by this summer, you'll see the projects that we're coming out with, because we're going into new construction. So we're going to start doing single family homes in Chicago. Right. Once we get into the fall and we've collected enough of our capital from some of these projects and from the TV show and so on and so forth, then we're going to go and buy some more commercial apartment complexes. So
I was just about to ask.
Yeah. We want to get to the point where we have 100 unit apartment complexes, which are going to require us to partner with other people. So, and we know who they are too now. So, that's the hardest thing too.
And they coming to you. They probably coming to you. You ain't even got to go search for them that much, huh?
Some people find us, but I will tell people right now, you have to be, you have to market yourself everywhere you go. if you are interested in buying property, if you're interested in starting a particular type of business, you need to let the whole world know that's what you want to do.
Right.
Definitely.
Because if once enough people in your network know, they'll see somebody who's doing what you want, buying 100-unit apartment complexes, and say, hey, did you know that the Downing brothers are trying to do that? But the only way that they know that is that we go everywhere we go, including on this podcast, and say, this is what we want to do next. Then all of a sudden now more people are helping to let people know this is what we're trying to do. And that's the reason why people come to us and say, hey, I heard you were interested in.
Very true. Very true. Man, man, y'all are great, like almost coaches and teachers. Like y'all need like a mentorship program or something for like the young kids in Chicago.
Classes on Teachable.
Yeah, that's why we have our e-course.
Yeah,
e-courses on Teachable.
Shit.
Just look up the Downer Brothers. I mean, and we got one-on-one too for people. If they go to our website, they can click for a one-on-one, so we can do this for people's individual situations.
Yeah.
So go to our website, thedownerbrothers.com.
Yeah, definitely. Are you guys like using because I know you said on your e-course you take them through the property, right? But have you ever tried like Instagram Live or like TikTok videos? Like that's crazy marketing right there. Are you guys doing that?
We did a TikTok once.
Yeah, we did one.
We got like 50,000 views, but we only did one of them.
Nah, dude,
so we got to get back to that.
I'm all about marketing, so I'm super good at it and like super good at networking and letting people know what I do, and getting my name out there. So like, you gotta go back to TikTok, man. You guys can do really good on TikTok. I believe it. Have you heard of the app called Clubhouse?
Yeah, I'm on there.
You on there? Are you, Anton?
I have an Android, so I can't get on there.
Oh, bro, it's the best app ever, man. It's the best app. I was about to send you an invite, man. But Anthony, you're on there? I gotta follow you, man, because I'm on there every day. They do the real estate. They talk about real estate stuff, and it's free game. It's free knowledge. And
do you have you started any rooms or have you ever made a room? For one day or something?
So we just started last week. We're doing a weekly room thing with another business partner. Man, all young black entrepreneurs. We just trying to get out here. But
let me know. I'll jump on the panel with you.
Definitely. We teach the financial literacy and we kind of brainstorm ideas. So we get a lot of people who come and brainstorm ideas and kind of work together. Like last week, we had a credit guy on there. We learned so much about credit. And people were just hopping in the room, coming out. The app is super dope, man. You got to invest in an iPhone just for the app.
I've been telling them for years.
Dude, I'm like, but there's no way that we're going to be on the outside looking in with our Androids. Eventually, they're going to have to open up that app.
But also, I think that's what makes it so cool because it's so exclusive. It's invite only. It's iPhone only. It's so exclusive. And I mean, you get your celebrities on there that are talking and, they only have 500 followers. So it brings the celebrities down to your level. Now you feel equal, no one's verified on there. No one, it's super dope. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. But I'm gonna follow you after this. What is it? Is it, what's the act?
Let me look real quick. I think it's just Anthony Downer, or was it the real name?
Let me look. Gone through this before.
I know.
At the real Downing.
At the real Downing. Oh shit. So if Anton get it,
my followers keep on going up too. I haven't been over here. I got 411 followers. No celebrities you talk
about. You're followed by do you know Brittany Rose? Or you probably, I don't know if you've been in a room with her.
I'm familiar with her.
Yeah, she be hosting them every night. I be in her room. I'm interviewing her next week.
Yeah, she on there hard. Eventually because we plan. She's out in the DMV, I believe.
Mm-hmm. She's smart, man. She's smart. She's smart.
Yeah, for sure.
Smart. I'm interviewing her next week or in 2 weeks on here.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, let her know the Downer Brothers are gonna be trying to link up with her because I think she's in the DMV and we're gonna do like 5 episodes out in the DMV. I'm gonna get her on one. Yeah.
Are y'all coming out here? I mean, y'all probably can't tell all that information. Are y'all coming to the Bay?
Well, we're gonna be in LA so much this year.
Yeah, we'll be in LA a lot. Trust me.
For sure. You gotta come to the Bay.
Offline, I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay, cool. For sure. Well, damn. Yeah. That's dope. All right. This is a fun question. It might be hard a little bit, but if you could give 2 words to the person that's starting out to kind of motivate them, what would it be? 2 words.
Don't quit.
I like that. Okay. I was hoping someone would say that one. Don't quit. What about you, Anthony?
Grind hard.
Grind hard. Okay. So yeah, grind. Did you guys ever play sports? It seemed like y'all got like that sports. What y'all play?
Football, track.
Track. Okay. Who's faster? Who was faster?
Me for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Facts,
Just for saying that, we're gonna be out on the track.
Hey,
when COVID is over,
hey, let's do a TikTok in the race.
You probably get hella views. That's funny.
Yeah, especially if we both fall down.
Hey, you gotta rehab them knees, man. You gotta rehab them knees. Nah, that's cool. I can tell you. I played basketball. This is my jerseys back there.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at that 4 back there.
And then Mike, he ran track. He's quick. Mike, the co-host, he ran track for San Jose State. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, legit.
Yep. Cool. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. The episode. The way we like to wrap it up is we have a section called Guided Conclusions. It's a section where I ask you a question that I didn't talk about before the show. It could be funny, serious, whatever. But today's question is, if you guys flipped houses separately, all right, so we take Anthony and we take Anton, who do you think will come out with a bigger profit? That's
me for sure.
Easy.
Right. Y'all finna fight?
Slow his reaction was. You see how slow his reaction was?
What else
that tells you
out of that question.
Yeah.
That tells y'all.
Nah, who you think get the most profit though? And why you think you'll win though, Anthony?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you why
I can tell you why.
Go ahead. You go first though.
I'll win because it's a couple of reasons. One, attention to detail. I look for the details. From curb appeal to before we even get to curb appeal, just the basics. Does everything work?
Yeah.
Is there going to be an outlet or a light switch or an appliance that isn't hooked up properly? And when people come to visit this property to say, I want to buy it, is everything working as it should? Will it pass inspection? Right? So that attention to detail. And then secondly, then it will be curb appeal. In that neighborhood, I do enough research, talk to enough realtors, talk to enough people who live in that community to find out what's most important to a person who wants to live in that neighborhood. As far as the colors, as far as do you have to have a 2-car garage? Does it have to have a backyard? So picking the right property so that I can maximize profit in that community, because there's certain things that are really important to people depending on what community it is.
He's trying to cover everything.
Yeah, he's trying to write a book.
I'm thinking to myself, I know he's going to eventually get to what I'm about to say. I'll say this right here. Go ahead and say it. Not being greedy. And what I mean by that is when a renovation is done, let's say you were going to put it on the market for $300,000. First day, you get an offer for $315,000. You're just like, oh, that's $15,000 more than I was putting on the market for. Let me hold out for a whole week and find out how many more people's gonna come high like that. Or you let it sit out there for just 3 days, and if you don't get a higher price than that, and it's already $15,000 more then you just go ahead and accept right then and there. It's too many people out here thinking that they're gonna watch HGTV and see all these people making way more money than they ever expected, and now they want to just prop it up. Man, people will walk away. Or you could do something else. Or this guy.
This should be our TV show. Should be our TV show.
Or if properties are going for $300,000 in that neighborhood, right? Oh, I'm talking about not being greedy. I'm gonna put it on the market for $285,000. And then and also, let me check the temperature. Is this a seller's market? Oh, it's a seller's market. So 10 people are going to come in and bid that price all the way up over $300,000 because I'm not greedy, knowing that it's a seller's market and putting it up over the price.
I love how y'all started off separately and then y'all came together to agree on that. Look at that. That's a great way to end the episode, man. Like for real, that's knowledge. I learned a lot today, man. So I might have to listen to this a couple of times. I don't know about how my voice, sometimes it's hearing your own voice is kind of.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but nah. I appreciate the knowledge drop. I'm excited to release this and kind of. I don't know. I'm happy I met you guys. I wish we were meeting in person, but COVID fucks everything up.
Hey man, like I said, we'll be out in Cali plenty this year, so we'll link up.
Yeah, definitely. I love LA too. So I'm always down in LA. I got my business partner out in LA as well. But yeah, definitely. Go ahead and let everyone know where they can follow you guys. I know you have separate accounts and everything. I'm following you guys right now on everything.
The most important ones for us is YouTube, and our YouTube channel is The Downing Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. Or go to our website, thedowningBrothers.com, and from there you'll find all of our social media, including the Downing Brothers at Instagram.
Yep.
And Facebook. So
we kept it simple.
The Downing Brothers.
There you go.
If they want to get to our personal accounts, they'll find us there.
Yep. I just followed y'all on your stuff. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys coming up. Any last words you have for anybody?
Man, if we can do it, you can do it too.
Whew, I need that on a t-shirt. For real. Well, you heard it here, man. This is the Misguided Podcast, where we intend to guide you to a better future. I got the Downing brothers on here. Make sure to stay tuned and updated with them. They got a new TV show coming out this year. They got a lot of things planned. And if you don't know them after this show, please do your research, because these are two smart brothers, and I appreciate you guys, man, for real.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you having us on.
Dang.